If you correspond with Ralf on television, video, or telephone, audio, or you chat, text, or email him, you're giving him permission to duplicate it, rebroadcast it on any of the Take Your Life Back Today show broadcasts.
Yeah, beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Stay positive, hope, and keep faith. Stand strong against any odds that you face. Put away the alcohol and the drugs. Fill your time with the things you love. Addiction is tough, but it's worth the work. Treat your body what it's worth. Spread positivity, inspire all. If we stand together, we will never fall. I help others see the other sides to life. A sober life, letting go of the strife. So give me a call, I can help. 1-844-4405-HELP. Homeless shelters, hospitals, jails, wherever you are. I am Ralf Friedrichs and I am here for you. 1-844-405-HELP.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I'm going to share something with you and let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of that coffin. You try lifting your lid, but the enormous weight upon the lid prevents you from opening it. You then try to bang on the lid to hopefully unsettle the dirt, and maybe somebody might notice and start digging their way down towards you. This is what it's like to feel at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help, you know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to turn for help. In reality, there are people standing by your grave. You just don't know that. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to fear an addiction, you have to be great at repressing. In order to fear death, you have to be great at repressing that fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind while you're abusing drugs and alcohol that you might overdose and take something away that God had given you called life? With that, give me a call at 844-405-HELP and don't let your life just disappear. Get help today. Start today by taking your life back today. I want to talk about what's your why, what motivates you, my friends, to stay sober if you are sober out there. If I had asked you what motivates you to stay sober, what would you say? Well, this morning I went to Facebook to just ask that, and here are some of the answers that I had received. Let's first say, as you can see, there are many different answers to such a loaded question, and you'll hear some of those answers shortly. I found that in a lot of recovery circles, there seems to be a strange unwillingness to admit, hold on one second, let's do this a little, to admit that we get sober so that we can live a better, healthier life. For instance, if I tell you that I got sober so I could blank, How would you answer that? Travel the world, find a great job where I can make more money, prove to other people that they were wrong about me, who used to call me a loser or a junkie for drinking. What would you think about me? Think about it. What would you think about me? Would you think I was being selfish or self-seeking or unspiritual? There's no right, there's no wrong answer to this. This is a topic I want to bring up simply because I find it very interesting. Many people get sober because they want to be of service to their fellow man, and I think that's a wonderful thing. I'm saying it's okay to give yourself permission to get sober so that you can get your life back. Life is meant to be enjoyed. Sobriety brings us peace and serenity, and most of all, it gives us options. Now you can actually do the things that you thought you could never do while you were being sober. And you can actually feel better each and every morning that you wake up. I'll give you an example. In just the last few months, I have been to different locations, one in particular in New York City, and there were people out there drinking out of paper bags, and I said to myself, well, that used to be me. And then I patted myself, not literally but figuratively, on my back and said, I have changed. Last year in March, I went to I went to Alaska, and I did a trip. And sure enough, every time I walked past the bars and the airports, yes, temptation was there, but there were reasons that I stay sober. There are absolute reasons. Do you think any of this would be possible if I didn't have my recovery, if I didn't have that will? Absolutely not. It would not happen. It's okay to be a little selfish. Notice I said a little selfish. For me, sobriety is not talking about taking and taking. It's about giving. It's about accepting that this gift that God had given me called sobriety, and it was given to me, and I need to make best use. The paradox is that giving is also the best way to receive. You get what you give. So it's okay to admit that sometimes your sobriety is about you. Sometimes it's perfectly fine to say out loud that I have worked hard on my recovery, and today I'm going to treat myself. Let's just look at some of the answers that I had got. Why do you stay sober? What is the reason? Well, one answer was, and I'm going to have to get a little closer because I can't really see. My daughter just passed past her 3-year mark, February 18th. She is my daily dose of everything I need. I don't want to give out names. Another one, the fact that my life is at stake. If I get that delusional thought that I could take a drink. Another one is thinking of how far I've come instead of how far I still have to go. Another one is the things that I have gained since being sober is amazing, just totally unbelievable. Another one is remembering my relationship with alcohol and how bad it was. And one of the most common answers was afraid of relapse. So it's okay to admit that sometimes your sobriety is about you. Sometimes it's perfectly fine to say out loud that I have worked hard on my recovery, and today I'm going to treat myself to something that's not addictive towards my addiction. If you're waiting for permission to do this, here it is. But there's not an excuse to start being a jerk about it. Don't start just saying, okay, I can have a drink or two. If you continue to spread good energy in the world, if you continue to give back, be light in other people's lives, I promise you'll receive blessings that you didn't think you ever deserved. I continue to be amazed at how much love I have in my life, and sometimes I ask myself, did I really deserve this? The truth is, it's not about what I deserve, it's about action. I took action required to live a happy life, and because of that, my friends, I feel perfectly comfortable admitting that I want to live a happy, healthy, prosperous life. I also want to share it with as many people as possible and help as many people as possible. That is how sobriety works. That is how I treat my sobriety. Don't take things very seriously in life, but take your sobriety very serious. In case you were wondering, I've been thinking about this subject because of some real life experiences I have been observing. If none of this video has applied to your life, then this message just isn't for you, and I'm okay with that. But here is ultimately what I am trying to say. Sobriety and recovery are about happiness. It's about the purpose and enjoying the journey of life. It's about faith, love, and harmony. And what I want to see as many people smile in their recovery as possible. So sometimes when I see people who get sober and become so serious and stringent on their purpose and recovery, I get a little bit bummed out, because they are truly not enjoying their sobriety and their life. Do all the service you want, but don't forget to take some time for yourself. What is your why? What is your why? Why did you get sober? Well, we just looked at some of those, and you heard some of those. A person whose daughter passed 3 years ago. This person keeps sober in her memory. A person who has enjoyed life. A person who's afraid to relapse, and the list continues. It's perfectly okay to answer, because I want to be happy and have a good life also. So here it is. Here's the morning I've been waiting for. I want you to know why. I want you to be inspired, be in your recovery, and what it keeps you motivated to stay sober one day at a time. Don't be embarrassed or reluctant. No dream is too big, and no dream is too small. This is for you. Leave your comments at Ralf, R-A-L-F, at Take Your Life Back Today show. Let me hear about it so I can talk about it on one of my shows. And may God bless you.
but never got an answer, and wondered if God was really there. Did you feel all hope was gone, but in His time He came along and answered the prayer you thought was gone? There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. Will ask, you shall receive. No matter what it is, I still believe. There is no prayer too small, and even when we fall, He gives us just exactly what we need. There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. He always knows what's right. God hears them all. There is no prayer too small. My God hears me above. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember,